So today's video is me reacting to the time I lost my first yo-yo competition. Now in order to understand this, I would recommend you watch that video and that video. And this is kind of like part 3. This is like the climactic, or should I say anticlimactic, resolution to this story. Part 3, this is like my flop era. This is where I had to learn a lot of difficult lessons. So let's go. Now before we get to the competition loss, I need to give you guys some context. Alright, so in this part of the story, I'm probably at my peak of my yo-yoing ability right now. I've won ANYC 4 times. I won by really big margins. To be honest, I thought like, I can't be beaten. I was wrong. Because around about this time, I'm starting to get older and I'm starting to be like, okay, what do I want to do with my life? So at this point, I'm in university, I'm doing an accounting degree. Like, my social skills start to like hone up a little bit. I've got a girlfriend. It's like, there are so many different things now that are interfering with like the yo-yo thing. At this point, if you would have asked me what my top priority was, it probably would have been get a degree so I can get a job. This yo-yo thing is just a hobby. That's probably how I would have thought about it at the time. Long story short, I did not find studying for accounting easy. I found it incredibly difficult. And accounting was the first time I'd ever found something that if I just threw relentless work at it, I never got good at it. And I think now looking back, it's just because A, I didn't enjoy it, and B, like the thought of being an accountant literally makes my skin crawl. So I'm spending all of this time doing this accounting thing. I'm spending all this time like socializing with like new uni friends, and it's like everything is pulling me in all of these directions. And then I remember I decided to compete in Asia Pacific, and I had all-nighted the night before studying for this stupid freaking accounting exam. So I was on no sleep, and I was going to fly to Singapore to compete, and I hadn't even prepared a routine. Prior to this moment, I had prepared routines at least 3 to 4 weeks. Now I had a loose routine, but like I couldn't land any of the tricks, and I was just wildly unprepared. And to be honest, there was a sense of arrogance there. I can like take people down without even practicing. I'm that guy, I'm the freaking man. Asia Pacific, I'm gonna get a decent placing. This was the first time I ever looked at a yo-yo performance, and instead of me being like, oh yeah, good job Brandon, it went down. So I'll show you guys that. And these are tricks that I wasn't ready to perform. I had just thrown them in there because I didn't have time to practice. Ooh, so I still use that chopsticks combo. Even that bind, I hit it, but it was sloppy, right? I missed like this, these tricks weren't ready. Okay, I landed this trick out of luck, I think. I mean, this freestyle's not bad. It had potential. Oh, I completely messed up my forward style combo. Oh yes, we hit that. But the whole freestyle's just so sloppy. Ugh. Oh my god. Oh my god. Ugh. This is where it all turns to hell. This is where like it just crashes and burns. I can't catch the yo-yo. Okay, that's speed combo 1. Oh my god, I keep missing. Oh. This was supposed to be a full behind the back combo. I did the 360 thing as a like an improvisation thing. I remember I added this trick as filler. Like, this was the only combo I could do that I knew I wouldn't mess up. But it wasn't a combo, I knew it didn't score well. Oh my god. Oh, this combo. Oh my god. I can't even like hit anything. Oh my god, oh my god. I'm just fumbling all over the place. It's just like, there's glimmers of like where it looks good, but it's just a bad freestyle, like. Oh my, I can't even catch the yo-yo! I have a smile at the end, but I was like really disappointed in myself with that because it's like the freestyle wasn't ready. It's like, to be honest, looking back at it, that freestyle had potential. It was a pretty good freestyle. The song had a lot of music cues. That is the first time I'd ever gone up on stage for a 1A freestyle where I was competing unprepared. And I can't even remember what I got, but I was like close to last place. And I remember thinking to myself at the time, it's like, that wasn't cool, man. You're supposed to be this professional yo-yo competitor and you go up on stage and you bomb that. And it wasn't even as if like I just had a bad day and then I had like practiced really hard and I had bombed. It's like I knew exactly why I bombed because I didn't freaking practice. And it's like, it was in that moment I was like, dude, you're not that good at yo-yoing. You can't be that guy that like goes up on stage and doesn't practice and still wins. Like, you're not built like that. You need to put in these hours. And I just wasn't because I was freaking grinding the stupid accounting degree. But in that moment, I was kind of like, doesn't really matter. I felt bad, but I was like, well, I wasn't gonna win Asia anyway. I kind of pushed the memory to the side and went about my normal existence. So at this point, I am now known more as this yo-yo YouTuber. And at the time I was making a lot of yo-yo reviews. I would get yo-yo companies would send me yo-yos, I would unbox them on camera and I would make reviews. And that was fun until it wasn't. Like, you can only unbox so many yo-yos until it gets really boring, and I was just getting really, really bored with it. Now, the thing was that these reviews were pulling a lot of views. So literally all I would do is I would get a yo-yo, I would unbox it in front of camera, I would say my thoughts on it, I would do a crappy video edit, and I would throw it up on YouTube, and it would pull a decent amount of views. They would pull like 10,000 views. And it was this weird time because now my like compass of how the world worked was getting seriously rocked. Like, I was putting very little effort into the YouTube channel and it was growing. And I was putting so much effort into my accounting degree and I was barely passing. And it was at this moment where, like, up until this point I had been like I've got a goal, I'm going to grind, and if I grind, I will be successful. And it's at this moment in my life where I grind really, really hard at something and I don't get any results. I barely grind something and it gets a lot of results. And at this point, I start to disconnect success from like hard work. Don't do that. I'm just telling you now, don't do that. So the contest came back and I was just soft. Like, I wasn't even, like, the yo-yo player I was then, like, would have probably been beaten by the yo-yo player I was like 2 years ago. So the yo-yo contest is announced. At the time I had like 3 weeks to get a freestyle to get back into shape. It's fine. No one in Australia is coming for me. Like, I'm the man. Like, even if I come up with a really crappy freestyle, I'm still gonna win this thing. That's where I miscalculated. There's this rule in national contests. I'm not sure if it's the same way everywhere else around the world, but if someone is an international student, they can technically compete for the national title. So now all of a sudden, I had to compete with like hardcore players from China who weren't messing around. And it's like the old Brandon, who was like hella motivated, he probably could have taken them down. But this new, soft, unfocused, lazy Brandon was like, he was gonna get trounced. So, alright, this is it. Up until this point, I had won 4 years in a row, wasn't even a debate, I won. And this year was the first year that I lost. Okay, alright, let's watch this.
Player, are you ready? Are you ready? Judges, are you ready? Ladies and gentlemen, Brandon Vu.
You see, I'm fumbling in the beginning, and it's like, I'm not the player I used to be. Oh, another miss. Freaking, oh my god. Oh, it's just a train wreck. Oh my god. It's not even horizontal, like freaking, oh my god. Oh, it just misses everywhere. Oh my god. Can't even hit that forward style combo, oh my god. I don't think I'd go through an entire combo without making a miss. Oh my god, this sucks so bad. Oh, at least I hit that. Alright. Yeah. Woo! Go! Yeah, it started offset by this time. That trick was like 5 years old. Oh my god, I can't even hit this. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is so bad. This trick is old. Like, everyone's like, oh my god, it's like all of these tricks are old. Oh my god. Oh, I can't watch anymore. Oh my god. Oh, that was cool. That was cool. I don't do that trick anymore, but like, that was a new trick. He's not all bad. Oh my god. So that was my first competition L. And in retrospect, it's very easy to see why I lost. Because at the time, I was like, bruh, I practiced pretty hard all of those 3 weeks leading up to the contest. That's what I did. That is what I've done every time I won a yo-yo contest. What gives? Why am I not winning anymore? And the version I was at that point didn't understand that. But it's like, what about the entire year? Like the entire year, like when I won the contests in the previous years, I was yo-yoing pretty hardcore throughout the entire year, right? And then now, I was like partying, I was studying for accounting, and it's like, for that entire year, I would unbox a few yo-yos and yo-yo a little bit, and then I would just grind those 3 weeks, and then I wouldn't win, and I was like, why is the world against me? And it's like, because like, things take time, man. And it's like, I wasn't one of those talented yo-yo players that could just go in and crush it with like 3 weeks of practice. Like, things take time. So, I hadn't understood that yet. So I come back and now I'm like, I'm a little bit like jaded, and I feel like I've got this instinct that's like, alright, you've fallen off, you're like jaded, you're washed up, your time is over. But I wasn't ready to accept that yet. I wasn't ready to accept that yet. So I lived my life the exact same way, studying, partying, all of that stuff. And then I came back to ANYC another year. And this is the freestyle there.
Judges are ready.
What is this recorded on? Okay, so I had tried to like hit the first trick as clean as possible, but still, there's chinks in the armor. It's like, I'm not the player I was, because I'm not yo-yoing as much. Yeah, that was semi-clean, but that was like an easy combo. Oh my god, another miss. Freaking, ugh. I still use some of these tricks, to be honest. Oh my god. I think by now I've gotten this combo clean, so it's like, okay. This freestyle is definitely better than 2017, I'll give it that. Oh no, I missed there. Oh. This freestyle's not bad. It's like not too bad, I don't think. Oh, not bad, eh? Oh, just mistakes there. Oh my god. Ooh. I thought I'd won that year. And I was like salty for like a multitude of reasons, and it was just like, at this point, this is where I was like completely confused. Cause I was like, alright, I can't even win this yo-yo thing anymore. I don't understand why I lost. And it's like the only game I knew how to play, I didn't know how to play anymore. And I was just like, what do I do? And it was at this point, that second competition lost, that ushered in this like massive rut that would ensue for like the next 3 years. Like, I can yo-yo and grind, but I'm not gonna win a yo-yo contest. I can study hard at this accounting thing, but I'm not gonna get good grades. It's interesting because at this point, I didn't like the content I was posting on the YouTube channel. Like, people come up to me and be like, Brandon, I love your reviews, I love your reviews. And I was like, I hate making them. For the long time viewers of this channel, this is where like I just wouldn't post. Wouldn't yo-yo, wouldn't do anything. The only thing I wanted to do in that moment was just socialize with people. Let's just, you know, find different avenues that you can have fun in, and that's gonna fill this void. Don't worry about work. Work is toxic. Just have fun. Big mistake. Big mistake. And it was interesting because I would still continue going to like these international contests, and with each year that went by, like my trick set would remain the same and other players would just get further and further ahead. Other people's YouTube channels would just get further and further ahead. And it wasn't as if I was going down. I was probably just staying at the same spot, but I was stagnating. And this was probably one of the most miserable times in my life. Because all of a sudden, the guy that was like, if I want to do something, I'm just gonna hustle at it, he was gone. He was like, what's the point? It doesn't matter anymore. I felt jaded and washed up. This is the moment where, like, every time you hear me say like, oh my god, I'm terrified of stagnation, this is why. Because when you don't have some sort of desire or some sort of goal, life around you becomes like this dull, meaningless void. It's very difficult to get the motivation to do anything if you don't have a desire to do anything. And I remember just thinking in that moment, what do I want? And I couldn't answer it. Like, I was just like, do I wanna be a rock star employee in a corporate company? Not really. Do I wanna be a rock star accountant inside a big investment bank? Not really. Like, do I wanna be a yo-yo YouTuber that just crunches out reviews all of the time? Not really. Do I want to be like a hardcore yo-yo player that like sometimes wins yo-yo contests? No, not really. It's like, well, what do you want to do, Brandon? It's like, well, why don't we just go out, get blazed at a party, and then I'll figure it out tomorrow. And that was like my life. And at this point, everything everything that I had built up in those last couple years had just come crumbling down. The YouTube channel didn't pull views anymore. Couldn't win yo-yo contests anymore, and I was barely passing university. And for what? Like, all of the things that I had thought made me special were now crumbling and crashing and burning, and I was just sitting there looking at the fire. And I wouldn't say that in this moment I was depressed. I think that's a very heavy word. I think I was like just deeply, deeply, deeply unhappy. And I think the thing that kind of flipped that was that I got a corporate job, and for the first time living this way was like actively painful. So in that moment I decided to make a change. I decided, all right, we're gonna quit this corporate job, we're gonna go into this yo-yo thing, into this YouTube thing, but this time we are going to do it properly. And that's where we're at right now. Like, I'm not the yo-yo player I used to be. Like, the YouTube channel is on the road to recovery. There is still work to be done. The 4th chapter to this video series, I am living it currently. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know if I'm gonna succeed. I know I have lofty ambitions, but I don't know where it's ultimately gonna end up. So that is my yo-yo player backstory. You guys have seen it all. The rise, the peak, and the fall, okay? So now I'm actively writing part 4. I don't know what's gonna happen with it, but I do know that I've got a vlog, so you guys can see what I'm actively doing each day. And to be honest, you guys motivate me as much as I motivate you. Knowing that there is an audience that tunes in to watch me every single day, whether it be 1,000 people, whether it be 1 person, whether it be 10,000 people, whatever. That's motivating for me. So here we go. Alright, sorry, this is a long video, but there.